Welcome to the PBA Primetime Week 5 recap. I'm Big Chenry with...
I'm Davy, and we're jumping into Seattle versus Ellicott City. Give me game one. Jenna came swinging this set. Blizzard on the Uxie comes in, gets frozen. Let's plant some seeds. We're feeling devious. The Obama snow is here, and it came to play. Watch this. Leech Seed maybe predicting a switch there. Charlie not appreciating the freeze. Jenna came to play this set. Seattle might be going to playoffs, Chenry. I don't know. Let's see what's Hariyama do some work. He's been doing work all season. Comes in, gets the ice punch off, maybe expecting the Flygon or the Rhyperior. Close combat gonna finish it off. Chenry in a bad spot. Choice Scarf Flygon gonna seal the deal. +1 Seattle after game one. Going into game two now. Let's check it out. How does Chenry respond? Coach sends in Gliscor. Not too bad. Hit the Earthquake on the Jirachi. He's in a good spot. What could go wrong? Uh-oh. Ice Punch freeze on the Gliscor. That is Serene Grace magic right there. You hate to see that. Could have been a game 3 set if this didn't happen, but spoiler alert, Seattle takes the win here. Chenry fans, Ellicott City fans, not happy about that freeze. Hariyama in a rough spot. Rhyperior comes in though, that's a free kill. Not sure what's going on there. Letting the Toxic just chip it down, but it's 2-3, closing out game 2 and in a rough spot. Switches to Obama Snow. What hidden power do we have? Hidden power, ground. Not going to be enough to do anything, and the Obama Snow going to finish it off.
Alright, game 1, Sagaro versus Atlanta. We have the Vaporeon switching out to Nidoqueen, and the Leaf Storm is going to take it out. In comes Umbreon. Swampert versus Hitmontop. Later in the game, Hitmontop gets a close combat. Swampert lives on 4, but is poisoned. And it's going to take it out. Hitmontop doing more work versus Staraptor. Another close combat. Sneasel comes in. Is it going to take another close combat? It takes a Mach Punch. It's out of here.
Quad 4, sheesh.
Rayloom throwing Mach Punch. A lot of Mach Punches for Iron. And the Roserade comes in with the spikes. It's not living a Mach Punch. Yep. And Iron takes game 1. Into game 2. Breloom knocks out the Staraptor. Umbreon versus Mamoswine. Umbreon's got some curses up. Mamoswine, Ice Fang, gets the freeze. That's big right there.
But what do you do about an Umbreon with +2 defense?
He brings in the Roserade. Thawed out. The Wish is up. This is not looking good. Leaf Storm's
you
doing
need some crazy crit there, yeah.
But the payback, that's nasty.
This is payback for Saguaro taking out Georgia in the playoffs last season.
Yep, paybacks are flying. And the Hitmontop's going to end it with a Mach Punch, giving Iron the 2-0 victory. Athenian versus Pasadena, game 1. Let's go. Infernape versus Dusknoir. Dusknoir switches in with Infernape by 1%. Close combat does not hit. Are we going to see the Shadow Sneak here to knock out Infernape? We are. Infernape goes down. Inscription with the early lead, but Feraligator's out and he's dancing. Earthquake takes out the Kingdra. Can we see another dance? Waterfall. 8% on the Rotom. And a flinch. That's devious. Waterfall, he's out of here. Later in the game, there goes another dance. First Dusknoir. He's burnt too. And he's dancing again. He switched out, but the Arcanine goes down from the Rotom. Game 2. And the Feraligator is back to dancing right away. The Waterfall takes him another 24%. He gets the flinch. Shadow Sneak down to 17. The Dusknoir goes down, but this Feraligator is still a problem. The Honchkrow is going to come in with a Sucker Punch, and it's going to take it out. Ambipom goes for the Fake Out, switches into the Rotom. This Rotom's going to go down to the payback, but this Honchkrow. Superpower ends game 2, 1-1. Go into game 3, Athenian versus Pasadena. We got Arcanine missing the Will-O-Wisps. and he's dancing. The extreme speed is not doing enough. He's dancing. There goes the waterfall. The Arcanine goes down, giving Davy the 2-3 lead in Pokemon Economy. Here comes Honchkrow. The Sucker Punch is not enough. And this, for Alligator, I believe, is just going to waste the rest of this team, giving Davy the 2-1 set match and improving to 4-1. Goddamn Poliwraths.
Enough about the Poliwraths. Let's talk about what's going on out in the West Coast. We got Marana versus Tucson, raining in the desert, but we didn't see any rain this set. Ludicolo on Starmie, taking some Thunderbolts, gets paralyzed. We saw a lot of RNG in favor of Vinny in this set. A couple paralyzes from those Thunderbolts. Ludicolo goes down. Sorry, Ludicolin goes down. No real check for that Starmie. Praying for some Calm Mind Suicune magic here. I don't think it was bringing rest, though, so it struggles to stay healthy, especially when it's toxic. That Bronzong being such a pain to break through. 2 Calm Minds, Hydro Pump, not enough. You gotta have a game plan for this Bronzong. It just sits on you. It's a problem. Starmie comes in just in a prime position just to clean up, gets rid of the hazards.
But that Sludge Bomb.
Strong Sludge Bomb. That might have been Choice. Maybe Choice Specs.
But it doesn't kill. Gets the poison.
It's the poison.
But it was enough to get that pair off.
Thunder Punch from Azelf. Vinny brought all the coverage. We go to game 2. Tucson up. Sigma with a more eccentric build coming into game 2 with the Crawdon. The Babarrel. That is Amnesia Curse Babarrel. You heard it here.
Yeah, Starmie is dropping Thunderbolts.
Oh, absolutely. I believe it was either Choice Scarf or Choice Spec. I think it was Choice Spec's Thunderbolts just melting everything. No Gastrodon in sight. Nothing can withstand these Thunderbolts. But the Slowbro at least tanks 1, finishes it off. Giga Drain on the Crobat. We have all the coverage we need, and Vinny takes the set.
Game 1, Tucson versus Himothy. Himothy got an Ice Beam the Smeargle out of here. Give him the advantage. Steelix comes in. Into Torterra. Are we going to see an explosion? Yeah, we do. And Torterra is out of here. But then the Fortress comes into Quagsire, and we see another explosion.
A lot of bombs.
Yeah, trading going on. This
Dragonite comes in.
Dancing.
We know that has an Ice Beam, though. Oh, but it has the berry. Oh, critical hit. Ah, Pokey.
Game 1, Himothy. And we're going to game 2. Hitmonlee versus Quagsire.
Hitmonlee been so productive for Himothy this season.
He's out of here. Hitmonlee has. No one was expecting that, really. Last week,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Switches out.
Now there's the Blissey. No, it's got the Ice Beam. But 65% on Blissey. How much is Outrage doing? It's gone. It's outspeeding that Hitmonlee, right? Outrage, gone. Gunshot.
It's 2-3 right now. 2 Pokemon left, but he's confused.
Oh no, he's looking confused. Dragonite, what are you doing? Sucker Punch does a critical hit 50%, and then hits himself. He's dead.
He's a dummy.
That crit might have mattered, but wait a second. Jolteon's here. Lives the Sucker Punch. KOs with a Thunderbolt. Now here's the kicker. Hidden Power Ice, right? We go to Quagsire, because we think that's a choice Jolteon. We got to switch what we're choiced on. Hidden Power Ice. Win this game right now, Pokey. Win this game. Signal Beam. Signal Beam.
And here's the game of the week. Enough about Pokey. Fiji versus UCF. Blaziken. Gengar switches in.
Nothing wants to look at a Blaziken, dude. Does so much. This fire, fighting, all this coverage.
The Flare Blitz.
Boom. Dead.
Later on the match, Rotom, he subs up. Chansey. What's going to happen here? He's dropping the Thunderbolt. Chansey's out of here. But then check this, Davy. Check this play.
Let's see. What's happening?
The Espeon comes in.
Espeon comes in. We're pain splitting.
Pain split, and then he's out of there. Brings in the heat ran, hidden power. Was parried earlier in the match, but a lava plume. I mean, that's hot. You know.
That's just a great move too. The 30% burn chance. You just gotta click that.
Celebi takes out the Dawn fan. It's not looking good. Weavile comes in, hits by the rocks.
Now the crazy part is this Weavile is a menace. It hits everything super effective besides the Heracross. But even so, if that Heracross is chipped enough, an Ice Punch might just kill at this point. Playing it safe goes to Rotom. But you're looking at a low kick, Ice Punch, Night Slash, or Pursuit perhaps. It hits everything.
But this Heracross, no one wants to talk about it in the media, but he's been hitting his Stone Edges 3 in a row.
Yeah, he did not miss a Stone Edge this game. That was
a strong
impressive.
Heracross. And then we go into
Let's go to game 2. Subbed up again. We love our subs. Flare Blitz on Rotom. Crit! Jeez!
But Gengar's going to come back in a revenge kill.
Oh yeah. There's Heracross doing his thing. Weezing comes on the close combat, happy to take it. Risking a Will-O-Wisp. Yep, Heat comes in the Flash Fire. Now is that Guts Heracross? Are we sure we want to burn that? The bounce. Now this was a cook.
Bro's
this was a berry cook. Power Herb. Power Herb bounce doesn't do the charge, bounces immediately. Did not do as much as he expected, only 50% to Celebi, but still interesting. Venusaur in on the Celebi.
Getting these T-Waves off. Back-to-back
T-Waves. Spreading T-Waves, yeah.
I mean, Lava Plume is going to do quite a bit.
Did less than I expected, though. Only 44%. I was expecting to do more. T-Tar's in. What kind of T-Tar is this?
Taking out the Venusaur. Getting the Intimidator off.
Fire Punch. Are we Dragon Dancing? What are we doing? Crunch. Not enough, but...
Nah.
Oh, the Waterfall. 69%. The same will take it out. Gyarados goes down. That Weavile just trying to stay healthy enough to finish up the rest of this team.
He doesn't miss. All the way from Johto region, he doesn't miss. Gengar takes
He really doesn't, that's true.
And that's match.
Yo, shoutouts to Chuck, fighting gym leader Chuck. Telling well.
And thank you for watching the recap of PBA Week 5.
Let's get into the Primetime show. Hello and welcome to PBA Primetime. It is Week 6 here in the PBA, just 3 weeks left until playoffs. I'm one of your hosts, Davy.
And I'm Big Chenry.
And we are brought to you in part by Culver's. Culver's, they got that yummy burger, the mushroom and Swiss. You got to check it out. But let's talk about Gen 4 OU and what's going on in the PBA during Week 6. Here's our updated standings at the end of Week 5. The Saguaro Sudowoodo fall to a 3-2 record with a +2 differential. What do you notice in the Indigo League versus the Advanced League, Charles?
I think we might have a lockout next season if we can't come to an agreement on how these divisions work. Okay, I'm just saying. Indigo League has got a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, 2 and 3 for 4 different teams, and the top 4 teams from each side make it. Are you extra tilted for any specific reason, Charles? How are you looking right now in your playoff picture?
In this era, in 2025, with the travel we have, there's no reason for conference play to matter in going to the playoffs. It's a relic of the past.
Let's talk about the Advanced League. Meanwhile, in the Advanced League, 3 teams are 4-1. 2 of those teams, we'll be talking about later, are actually playing this week. Very exciting. And Himothy and Ellicott City are fighting for that 4th playoff spot, both 3-2 right now.
Him a what?
Little rivalry brewing there. If the season ended today, this would be your playoff bracket. The Pasadena Poliwraths with the #1 seed would go up against the Seattle Scizor. This would be their first ever playoff berth in 6 seasons with the league. This is their 6th season playing with us. This would be their first ever time making playoffs. That would be amazing. Saguaro versus Himothy, Tucson versus Fiji, and UCF versus Athenian. Those are all great matchups. I feel like somebody's missing from this playoff bracket. Somebody was here last week that's not here this week. I can't quite put my
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, keep trying. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's cut to the BYD injury report. Let's see how our injuries are looking this season. Camerupt, who's still currently a free agent, he is still out with that groin injury. Definitely a bummer. Fortress,
yeah, real bummer.
Yeah. Fortress from Himothy did explode. He is currently in pieces. The Dragonite hit itself in confusion. They are very confused. The Piplup, now this is crazy. Have you heard this, Charles?
No, I didn't. I thought it died.
It did. It was deceased. The body is currently missing. We don't know what happened to Piplup's body. So the community in Seattle, they're desperately trying to find this Piplup, trying to find some closure after the horrific incidents that happened last week on the staircase. Hey, Charles, is your Rotom Frost running? Is it running? Oh, then you better go catch it. Here's an update from Camerupt. Had to have my groin removed. Doctor says I should be back to 100% by the start of next week. Hope to see a team pick me up from free agency. We wish the best for Camerupt. Really hope that they get a team to pick them up. You know?
They were on a team at one point, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was your team.
They were on a team, and I think the performance spoke for itself why he's not on the team at the moment.
I mean, I saw the TMZ video, that argument in the locker room that happened after week 3. I don't know. I don't think...
I don't want to get fined, so let's just move on.
That's been our BYD injury report. Thank you, BYD, for sponsoring the injury report. All right, Charles. I have another Charlie's Challenge for you, brought to you, of course, by the Lady Foot Locker. Charles, are you familiar with the video game Modern Warfare 2?
I think I put about 50 days into it back in 8th grade, so yeah.
Well, I have a Modern Warfare 2 themed Charlie's Challenge.
Oh, no, he didn't.
So take a look here. I have 12 of the title cards. Were they called title cards in Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah,
Call
titles
cards?
and then emblems. Yeah.
So titles. I have 12 titles pulled from the game Modern Warfare 2, and I leave it up to you to assign each of these titles to one of our teams in the league. So we can just go in order, and then you can tell me where to put them.
Public Enemy? That's Himothy. What's he doing winning games?
That's true. That's true. Blunt Trauma.
Oh, it's got to be Pokey. You know he's...
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
The outrage. That's
Yeah. Juggernaut.
That's got to be UCF.
UCF is a juggernaut
At the
this
performance,
season.
Game of the Week performance.
They are a juggernaut this season. Big Bada Boom.
Big Bada Boom. Let's skip that one.
All right. Enemy of the State.
That might have to go to the polygraphs. I mean, come on. Everyone.
Time is money. Time is money.
Time is money. Time is money.
I try to throw some tricky ones in here.
Murata owes me money, so let's go over there.
That's fair. That's fair. But Noob Tuber.
That's me.
You calling yourself a noob, or you partake in noob tubing?
I'm a rookie. It's my first season.
Schooled.
Ooh, that's Jenna because she schooled me.
Dang.
That's Seattle.
That's fair. High Caliber.
High Caliber. Who's got a Pokemon that has this strapped up, as you know, middle schoolers would say? Who's got one like
Barry's
that?
got a Weavile.
Yeah, I mean that's strapped up, but anyone got something they shoot out? Bing bang. I mean, what about Atlanta? Wait,
Atlanta's got the ball.
Atlanta's. All right, we'll go. Athenian's got that Typhlosion though, right?
That's a Tucson. I'll give it Tucson.
Tucson. We'll give it.
Those eruptions. Those are high caliber eruptions.
Yeah,
I respect that.
caliber.
That's a good call. Jack in the Box.
Any tacos? You get tacos in you get taco, you know.
Okay. The Prestige.
The Prestige. We'll give it to iRun.
All right.
He's had multiple seasons. He's been around.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around since
All right,
the
we'll
first
give
season.
Big Bada Boom to the Athenians.
You giving STDs to Barry?
I'm just saying, check out that low pony. Just, I don't know.
Very nice, very
I don't
nice. Well, thank you, Chuck. You did it. Those were all the correct assignments. So that was impressive. That matches my answer key. So thank you. That has been this week's
Lady Foot Locker.
That has been this week's Charlie's Challenge. Shout out to the Lady Foot Locker, and thank you for participating. That was good. All right. We'll be posting these in the Discord so you guys can argue about them. Let's talk about this week's matchups. We got some exciting matches this week. A lot of records that are tied and a lot of playoff implications. Up first, we got Fiji versus Marana, calling this one the Tropical Storm. Both teams are 2-3. If you would have told me that the Fiji Ferrets would be 2-3 starting week 6, I would have told you you're crazy. But here we are. Let's talk about our takes. Charlie, you got Fiji +4. What do you think?
I mean, we've seen Fiji bring the Venusaur in almost every matchup versus all these water types. I see it putting in a lot of work.
I don't think you can build a team against Marana without bringing your grass type. Venusaur's got Sleep Powder. I think that's a great call. I think I got Fiji +6. I think I agree with you. The Venusaur's going to be imperative. I think that Rotom's also going to be important. There's a slim chance that Suicune comes out, gets enough Calm Minds up, it just sweeps. That just happens, right? So I'm saying Suicune's going to be a key player in this game for Marana.
You're saying you think that happens?
I don't think it happens, but if there's any key player, I think Suicune's the one to do it. I think Barry's a wise player. I think he's a veteran. I think he knows that there's a Suicune in this box. I think he knows how to play around that opportunity, that chance, right? So I think he's coming in prepared for the Suicune, but you never know. Sometimes it gets a chance to come in, get some Calm Minds off. It could happen.
Some are saying Barry's getting old, his reflexes have taken a hit.
His clicks are getting slower, for sure. Absolutely. Yes. He's an old man. Absolutely.
But we've seen bounce backs before, and I'm not going to count them out.
No, definitely. No. I think we're going to see Fiji in playoffs. Crazy take. I think Fiji's coming to playoffs. Thick Fad meets Giga Chad. We got the thick Atlanta Altaria going up against the Chad Himothy Heracross. 1-4 up against a 3-2 team who's on the come up, mind you. Himothy on a 2-game win streak, feeling good right now. I got a crazy take. Okay, can I say my take?
Say your take.
I got Atlanta winning this. Am I insane? I got Atlanta winning this. Let me explain. Let me explain myself. Okay, let me explain myself. Jamie, pull up the boxes. So, what are the things that Atlanta Altaria struggle against this season? They're a big, bulky team. They invest big on walls. They like to set up hazards, right? Pokemon that can set up Dragon Dance, that can set up Swords Dance. These setup sweepers, they can get big and just tear through this team, right? Pokemon that can trick a Choice Scarf onto you. They can mess up your walls completely, right? By tricking an item onto you, you can only click one button. Totally makes Umbreon, Skarmory useless in a way, right? Pokemon that can press Taunt. That usually messes up these wall Pokemon, right? Well, we just saw Atlanta beat Saguaro last week, and what did Saguaro lack? It lacked pretty much all those things I just described. And I'm looking at Himothy's box right now, and if iRun is doing the same kind of analysis, Himothy lacks those features. I don't see a setup sweeper on this team. Besides Hitmonlee, how do you get past Umbreon? We saw Umbreon put in crazy work last week. How do you get past Umbreon?
Well, we've seen Hitmonlee put in just as much work as Umbreon, and we've seen Himothy rise to the challenge the last 2 weeks. Specifically, the week before this week. Okay, this week wasn't much of a challenge, but last week.
That's a lot of weight to put on one fighting type. And with a box with Spiritomb, with Skarmory, Intimidate, Hitmontop, I'm just talking matchup. The coaching...
Fortress go boom.
You think Fortress booms on the Umbreon? That could happen. That could happen. If I'm Atlanta, Fortress comes in, Spiritomb comes in every single time. Because, what is Fortress doing to Spiritomb? What is Fortress doing realistically to Spiritomb? Spiritomb enters the battlefield.
Let's say the Umbreon goes down.
Yeah, Umbreon goes down. That's a problem. That's a problem because you got some really strong special attackers, Zapdos in particular. Yeah, if Umbreon goes down, that's a problem. I agree with you. So we got to protect that Umbreon for Atlanta. So I don't know. I had a lot to say about this set. I think Himothy is a hot coach right now, and I think if we're talking who's who's been playing better, Himothy for sure. If we're just talking numbers and boxes, I truly think Atlanta's got a good matchup here. It comes down to what conversations are happening in the locker room, what's happening during training camp this week. We'll see.
Who's putting in the work? Who's watching the film?
Absolutely. And I don't know. So, yeah.
I would love an Atlanta victory. I was very impressed with Atlanta's performance this week, but I just have to go with what I've seen week after week, and I'm going to go with Himothy.
Himothy's on the come up. I would not be surprised to see the Himothy win. I'm just saying, in my gut, looking at the boxes, I like Atlanta. All right, Pasadena versus Tucson. I'm going to let you talk about this one.
All right, Pasadena versus Tucson. This almost was game of the week. I don't know how it wasn't game of the week, but, there's some politics involved here. We have whoever wins this, best record in the league, best record in the same division. I played both of these teams. Beat one, lost to the other. And that's why I believe I went with Pasadena as a +5. That might seem disrespectful, but I've seen the Scissor put in tons of work. I've seen the Infernate put in tons of work. The Rotom, tons of work. And, we'll see.
We'll see. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited to play Vinny. Every season there always comes a match where it's like, oh, I'm tied record with this person, Not saying that loser doesn't make playoffs. I think both me and Vinny have a good shot at making playoffs. Either way, the outcome of this. But My Hariyama gave him tons of trouble. Ambipom fake out returns. Is he trying to see that? That bronze song. Does he want to see Infernate? I wouldn't think so. Let's talk about UCF versus Ellicott City. Black and gold battle for playoffs. Now, I was crunching the numbers. If Ellicott City pulls out the win here, they actually take UCF's playoff spot. They go to 4-2. UCF falls to 4-2. If there's a differential, I believe +4. If it's a 2-0 win with a +4 differential, Ellicott City will rise above UCF's current placement. And then if Himothy wins, UCF falls out of playoffs, I think, or maybe the loser of Pasadena. It's so intricate. Advanced League is so hard, dude. Advanced League is so hard. I'm excited for this match. I've been talking to both coaches before this. Both seem pretty hyped for the matchup. I'm excited to see how the team building works out. Excited to see this match. This is low-key one of my most hyped games for this week. JT told me personally, since Jenna beat you, Chuck, he feels very prideful, and it's important to him that he beats you too, because he doesn't want Jenna to brag and say that she beat you, but JT couldn't. So he's playing with that on his mind. But I also know you're not trying to lose 2 weeks in a row. Chuck in a corner.
Lost 2 weeks in a row. I got nothing really to say, but I'm gonna be there.
I think it's gonna be a close one. I think it has the chance to be a nail biter. I'm leaning towards UCF, but I think both boxes are looking really good. I think that Hariyama's been putting work all season. I think that Gengar is a pain, though. And I think it links up pretty well against these guys. We know you got those Psychics and Ghosts in your team. I think Gengar comes in, throws out big Shadow Balls. I think it's a problem. That's where I'm at. All right. Mexican standoff. We got the Tucson Tyranitards versus the Saguaro Sudowoodo. It feels like every week we got some sort of Tucson showdown. Got 4 Tucson designated teams in this league between Marana, the 2 Tucsons, and Saguaro. Let's talk about this matchup. We're both thinking Saguaro, right?
Yeah, I don't want to beat up on Tucson Tyranitards too much, but I'm going with the +2. I mean, because I've seen potential in that Tyranitards.
Sure.
We've seen he almost beat me. He had a lot of opportunity versus PB, but
they got a lot of heart, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of something. They got spunk, You said
blunt trauma earlier, right?
they got a lot of moxie. I think that might be the word. Not the ability.
Gumption. Got a lot of gumption.
Yeah, gumption.
They're full on gumption. Saguaro's a good team. Saguaro made finals last season, so they're currently the top of the Indigo League. Seems like they're bound for playoffs no matter what. But I want to see a Pokey win at some point this season. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I'm hoping for a Pokey win. I don't want to see anybody go full defeated, right?
Yeah, of course not.
Let's talk about our Pabst Blue Ribbon Hard Coffee Game of the Week. Pabst Blue Ribbon, thank you for sponsoring. Chug a lug, charge a bug. Hear me out. There was some debate on what the game of the week should be, right? Tucson versus Pasadena, 4-1 versus 4-1. That's going to be a big game. I think Seattle versus Athenian is due for game of the week. Can I explain to you why, Charles?
I'm all ears.
If you look at the current playoff standings, if you look at the current standings in the league, Jenna defeating Athenian will send tremors throughout the playoff bracket rankings and who's going to get in the playoffs. If Jenna beats Athenian, that just gives her like more than just the point differential, because it's also her beating the person who's fighting for the playoff spot, right? And then next week, in week 7, UCF plays Athenian. So this is the chance for the Beatty sibling combo beatdown, the Beatty beatdown, if you will.
They're trying to give me that this week.
Yeah, they were trying to give you that this week. But if all I'm saying is Seattle wins this, JT hooks his sister up, beats Athenian next week, that puts Athenian at 2-5, and Seattle at 3-3, maybe 4-3, maybe 3-4, but puts them in such a position where it's very likely they will make playoffs. I feel like, was it Charlie from Always Sunny or whatever, where he's like pointing at like all the ropes and stuff, he's like trying to connect all the dots? But I'm telling you right now, if Seattle wins this, I think they have a crazy big chance of making it into playoffs. I cannot stress enough. No disrespect to Finn, but of course we all want to see Seattle make playoffs. Come on, I'm taking Seattle +2. I think it's going to be a close one. I think this is your game of the week, people. You got to watch this one.
That Flygon whooped my ass last week, so I got nothing bad to say about Seattle.
I'm hoping this is a good one. No shame towards Finn. I'm not trying to talk like trash, because I think Finn's an incredible player, an incredible coach. I just want to see Jenna be successful, right? So I'm hoping for Seattle's success. I'm hoping to see Seattle win this. I'm hoping to see Seattle make playoffs. That would be so hype. That's where I'm at. So that's week 6. It's going to be a good one. We got a lot of exciting matches, a lot of big playoff implications. It's just more and more as we get closer to playoffs. Only 8 of these 12 teams get to play in the postseason, and they all want to get there. So, very excited to check it out. Thank you for watching. Charles, any final thoughts?
Go Mogas.
Go Molgas. If you got a slot in your box, you're trying to swap something out, maybe consider picking up camera. I don't know. But that's PBA Primetime. Thank you for watching.
Don't do it. Peace.
Peace out.